Good.
Are you ready? Because I'm just standing here perfect.
We'll just add that in.
That's great. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. We are in the swing of spring at this point, so we're going to talk about some of the things that we need to be concerned with springtime. Being outside, spending time outdoors with your pets, some of the things that we need to be cautious about, their interaction with other animals, coming across other dogs and wildlife, and just some of the preventatives that we would recommend that you utilize for them to keep them safe. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is heartworm prevention. And I know that there's some misconceptions about cool climates and elevations, things like that. We do have heartworm here in Colorado, and we actually have heartworm even up at higher elevations than we have here. So as a clinic, we definitely recommend utilizing heartworm prevention year-round. If you can, bare minimum, at least in the summer months. Heartworm is mosquito driven, so it is going to be based on a mosquito that has bitten another dog who was heartworm positive. Then they bite your dog and they transmit that infection. Heartworm can be extremely detrimental to your pet. It can be deadly. There is a treatment that can be utilized if they are heartworm positive. It's a pretty financially costly thing to do. It's also a painful medication, and it's not an ideal option. So treating them with a preventative is definitely your best bet. What we utilize here at Aspenwood is HeartGuard. There are a lot of options on the market that you can utilize. We use HeartGuard Plus. It's based on their weight, and the reason we use the Plus version is it actually also encompasses a little bit of a GI deworming aspect to it as well. So you're kind of treating two things with one treatment. It's a chewable tablet. It's a beef flavored chew that most dogs like. You just give it same time every month, once a month. You do it year round, and you don't even have to worry about it. And so it's going to help prevent that heartworm. It's also going to take care of some of our most common GI parasites that they can pick up while you're out and about. You may have a little dog that's kind of a hunting breed that's going to try to catch rodents, things like that, or pick up something along the trail that they shouldn't. So they can be contracting parasites that you're completely unaware of. And some of those can be detrimental to children as well, things that can be left in the soil that then can affect kids later on, having in your home, obviously. So this is a great option if you want to do something that's pretty easy, it's safe. Think about it, it's a treat once a month, easy to give, and it takes care of two different things for you at one time. We also carry a frontline product, which is a flea and tick preventative, something else that we definitely recommend, even in Colorado with the cooler weather. And again, a lot of products on the market. This just happens to be the one that we have. It's an easy application, goes right between the shoulder blades. You just kind of spread the hair out and put it right there on the skin, and it's absorbed by the body. And then it's utilized that way once a month. Typically they come in about a 3-month, 6-month pack. Again, summer months, especially here, but year-round is a good thing to do. Sometimes people run into an issue where they have to leave town, they travel unexpectedly, so you may be going to an area that is a lot more prevalent with warmer weather and some of these issues than we have here. So it's better just to be protected and not have to worry about it. We do have ticks also. Most of the wildlife that's going to be out there, it's going to have fleas and ticks on it. Your pet comes in contact with them, or potentially comes in contact with areas where those animals have been bedding down, and they can contract things by being in those same locations. So preventative is the best thing to do for them. It just keeps everybody safe. As far as vaccines, one of the things that we talk about too here at Aspenwood is leptospirosis. That's one of the things that we do vaccinate for. It is a year-long vaccine, so typically our patients just stay current on that. But it is carried in the urinary bladder of mammals. And so your pet walks through a water source, walks through a creek, a pond, a puddle on the ground, even the grass where one of these mammals has urinated, and then they clean their feet. They can contract leptospirosis that way, and then that affects their liver and their kidneys and can cause liver and kidney shutdown for your pet. So these are some of the things that you might want to look into. See what's prevalent in your area. See what your veterinarian recommends for your pet, and try to keep up to date on those things to keep them as safe and protected as we can when you're out and about this summer. So when you're out and about doing a lot of hiking and outdoor activities this summer with your pets, one of the good things to have with you is some type of first aid kit. And we're not talking something real extensive, that you might have for a person. You can go online. You can go to some veterinary hospitals and they do sell small little kits for you that you can carry in your car. Biggest thing is more than often what you're going to need is maybe something, just to place over an area if there's a laceration, if there's a spot that's bleeding. Something that you can just cover that spot, keep it as clean as you can, help to diminish some of that bleeding to that area until you can get them in for care. When you're putting on any type of bandage material, make sure it's nothing that's really tight. Make sure it's going to be something that you can take off real easily and is going to be nice and loose so that you don't cause any swelling or inflammation in the toes or the legs. So just something temporary, and then you want to get them to care. We never recommend giving anything over the counter, no ibuprofen, no aspirin, nothing like that that you can take. It may be safe for you, but sometimes one tablet alone can be toxic to your pet. It can cause a GI bleed, some type of intestinal bleeding. So then not only are we dealing with what the original issue was, but now we could be dealing with a secondary problem as well. Anytime they're out with you, they ingest something, they pick something up on a trail, eat something that you're not familiar with, and you're the least bit concerned, call Poison Control. There is an online site that you can go to that talks about so many things that can be toxic to your cats and dogs. You can call your veterinarian. There's always an emergency facility that's going to be local to you that you can contact. And that's going to be your best bet. Better to be safe than sorry. Carry minimal things with you that you can use in that emergency, but most often the best thing to have is a telephone number. Have a number of contact and an address. Knowing how quickly you can get to a location and be able to contact them, and knowing that there'll be someone there that can help you out if you do run into an emergency. And have a great time out there on the trails.